Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews. And today we're talking about another Netflix show. Netflix's Killer Inside the Mind of Aaron Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez, I'm going to give you some backstory. It's just a 3 episode documentary, an hour long each. I would recommend sparing 3 hours in one sitting because, oops, sorry. Because really, I saw a tweet that said, make sure you have 3 hours to watch it because once you start, you're not going to want to stop till you're done. And that's exactly what happened to me. It's very short, and for a documentary, just 3 hours long. Just about Aaron Hernandez, the football player who got convicted murderer, kind of in the midst of his career, his superstardom, tight end for the Patriots, even won a Super Bowl with them. I think, right? Or was at a Super Bowl with them. It was something like that. Sorry, they didn't say that in the documentary, but he ended up getting convicted for a murder, and later in life passed away in prison by suicide. And there was a lot of rumors. I remember like when it happened, right? 2010, 11, 12, something like that. I don't know. No, it was later than that. It was like 2017, 18. Well, I just watched the documentary. It was 2017. Anyway, it was a tragic thing. I remember a lot of rumors about why he did it and what his life was like, and this really gives clarity to everything. And I see why there were so many rumors because there's a lot of factors into why he did things. And I'm not here to like defend Aaron Hernandez or anything. I don't think anyone's gonna be all that much uh, offended by anything I say. But it was a really good documentary. Everything seemed 100% interesting or accurate. All three kept me focused in. I'm gonna touch on some of the things that they said and the reasons why. I think they used the whole gay thing a little too far. Apparently, Aaron Hernandez was gay. I mean, I get that repressing gayness might make you angry, but I don't think that they emphasized it a little too much to be I don't believe that's a reason why he did anything that he did. Um, Shit, they brought up his tattoos a few times. I thought that was kind of silly. A lot of silly things, but it's just people trying to figure out why his mind is like this. Sorry, I don't look too good, guys. This is very late. I just decided to watch this show and do a review of it. Um, anyway, he had a weird childhood, or he had a good childhood, I guess. Say for the most part, there were some things about sexual abuse, just like one time, and maybe that's why he thought that's why he might have been gay or something like that. There was street violence. He was a football player that wanted to be a street guy. I remember one of the quotes, and then the first man that he convicted as a killer was a street guy that wanted to be a football player, and it was kind of ironic that he died to a football player. Um, I thought it was interesting. They had some guy that was kind of in the streets with him on testimony a lot that I thought was interesting, and just him basically up there snitching. But he had a good reason to snitch, I would say, if you watch it. And for the most part, the series was good. It was satisfying. It was also rumors that he killed himself. I remember the big one was for his family to get money, and they explain that really the money his family is owed from the Patriots because he signed like a $40 million deal before this happened. And yeah, there was more murders in there than that he was accused of than I thought there were. That's why you should watch this. It's more interesting than you would think. I'm not spoiling everything. There's a lot to this, to be honest. For a 3 hour long thing, there's a lot of details into the Aaron Hernandez's life. I really enjoyed the phone calls that he made in prison to his wife and daughter. I think it was his wife or his girlfriend, baby mama. But his daughter, he truly loved his daughter, which obviously most fathers do. But it doesn't give you too much sympathy. I mean, I have sympathy for the man, but for his family, really, because there was also the other reason, brain stuff with he was being a football player, CTE, and that's very interesting. They even had Chris Borland on there, which was the guy that retired after one season in the NFL because he was worried about his brain getting messed up. Um, and they did develop, or they did donate his brain to science, and they talk about that more and what they how he was one of the really interesting cases. I'm not going to spoil why because that's kind of one of the ending things, but they talk about more of that, and that could be a reason Not that like brain decision make you a murderer, but you know, your decision making isn't all the way up there. They did say he smoked a lot of marijuana all the damn time. I don't know why they kept making marijuana seem like a bad thing, because I don't think marijuana makes anyone kill anyone. But yeah, see, there's a lot of factors into why he might have did things, with press gayness, or just father having huge expectations. Apparently, his father was a big shot around town. Um, Overall, I felt like it was pretty good. If you're into football, if you remember the Aaron Hernandez thing, which wasn't too long ago, I would make time to watch this if you're into murders. Inside the mind of him, really, kind of. I wouldn't say that I know 100% what the inside of his mind was like. You just kind of knew all the factors around him, and I don't know. It's a sad story in general. Hopefully, his daughter is doing well, and his baby mama. I hope, you know, Odin's family was in it a lot, and I hope it seemed like they got the piece, not the piece, but you know, Odin's mother had a good head on her shoulders by the end of the show, and his family, and yeah, it was pretty good. I would say give it a watch if you're interested in this stuff. Oh, and the football player killing people, or potentially not. It was interesting to see a guy that had everything not really have everything. He had a lot of pressure on him, where, you know, I think the best quote was towards the end, where if he would have just felt accepted in the world, maybe things would have never happened the way they did. Or if there was less focused on football and more focused on who he was as a person in life, things could have turned out differently. But that's just theories, everything. I think I've gave my opinions far enough. Um, yeah, check it out on Netflix. Thanks, guys, for watching. I guess my final verdict on this, I would say this was a 9 out of 10. Oh, no. Yeah, I would say it was a 9 out of 10. Or an 8 out of 10. Fuck. Yeah, I would go with an 8 out of 10. Uh, it was just good. It was really good. It wasn't great. I would say 9s are great. It was really good, which is an 8 out of 10. Sorry, I just wasted like a minute deciding on the fucking rating of the show, of this. But it's fresh off the memory. Pretty good. Uh, 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for much watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.